Part 1, the trailers. Red trailer. The red trailer shows a snowy landscape in the dark and dreamy dead of night, large swaths of darkest black and brightest white creating a striking contrast. Also a bit of blue for keeping score. One might even say the dichotomy is stark. We see a small figure in a bright, blood-red hooded cloak that draws your eye to her, commanding your attention as she stands stock still at a tombstone atop a cliff, with only her cloak billowing about in the wintry winds. We don't see her face as she turns to leave the mysterious grave and walks through the snowy, desolate forest cliffscape. I'm making it a word, I do that sometimes, don't question it. Wouldn't you know it? Turns out that her presence and cape didn't just draw your attention, but the eyes and attention of some demonic-looking wolves, looking as if they were carved out of purest shadow and blackest obsidian. We all know how this is gonna go. Those demon wolves are gonna sneak up and gang up on her as a pack of predators, perfectly in sync, and rip that poor girl in her cloak to shreds. She looks to be young too, a middling child at best. She's wolf child, no doubt about it. I can't look. Can you? The tension is killing me. I hear snarls. They've gotten her, haven't they? Wait, what? She's obliterating them? You mean to tell me that this little girl, this little Red Riding Hood, is the true predator and all those demon wolves who we'll come to know as Beowulfs are prey? They're her play toy, and this little girl is slicing and dicing and carving and maiming them at a speedy clip. I felt like I didn't really cover a lot for the video, so this is just me coming back in and re-editing a little bit and adding a little bit more info, I guess. So here we go.
And now we return you to our regular scheduled program in progress.
There's so little to go off here narratively, or maybe I'm just really not as astute and observant as I'd like to believe I am, since there is no dialogue spoken by the girl in red. We can glean that she's young, playful, from the teasing smile on her face moments before she slices the Beowulf in two, and doesn't seem to be taking this seriously. That indicates that she believes herself to be perfectly safe among these monsters, which gives us further insight into just how skilled she is, as the carnage on screen also attests to. She's never really perturbed. At most, she's slightly surprised, but just as quickly gains control of the conflict once again. You might even say she's the alpha Beowulf, ignoring, of course, how alpha behavior is scientifically incorrect and long since debunked, because it was based upon a flawed premise given that wolves in captivity act wildly different than wolves in the wild, particularly in packs behave. I recently heard it said from fine-ass Dr. Joe Hansen from Be Smart, that wolves in captivity act aggressively because they're in conditions that require it. It is akin to how hierarchies are established within prison, and how those hierarchies are not how humans behave, but not in isolated, forced conditions. Wolf packs in the wild act more like a typical family structure, and cooperation is prioritized over peacocking and super aggressive masculine posturing. But I digress. So many questions spring up while watching this. Who is this girl? What is her name? Why was she visiting that cliffscape tombstone/gravesite? Who is she mourning? What is her relation to them? Where did she learn to fight so skillfully? Just how strong and competent is she, that being surrounded by killer monster wolves is not seen as cause for concern for her, despite how young she appears to be? Where did she get her weapon, and how can it transform? Of course, a lot of this can just be answered by a justifiable rule of cool, but we'll find sometimes that this doesn't quite bolster one's suspension of disbelief enough in every or all scenarios. Just most of them. Regardless, we can see the girl effortlessly slaughter wolf pack after wolf pack, never even breaking a sweat. She is, as the youth say, aura farming. And you know what? We love that for her. Go on, my prodigal little murder baby. Do mommy proud. As the music and carnage crescendo, we see just what Monty meant by a badass Red Riding Hood. I think his claim lives up to its hype, wouldn't you? He also made it a point to clarify that the characters are inspired by and allude to fairy tale characters and or those in myths and folktales, but are not a direct adaptation of the character they reference. For example, RWBY is definitely inspired by and alludes to the character in fairy tale of Little Red Riding Hood, but she is not an adaptation nor meant to be seen as that character from that story, just a new character who pays clear homage to them. The music slaps, the visuals backhand ya, this deadly duo just begs you to clamor for more. More is what we'd get, as indicated by the silhouette of 4 girls at the end of the trailer, with RWBY's revealing her design proper. 3 silhouettes make it clear there are 3 reveals in store, and honestly, I love things like this. To know that there is more to come. Why was I gonna say it like that? To know that there's more to come. Coming 2013, note at the bottom. 3 different silhouettes with just a pop of white, black, and yellow respectively, and what appears to be an acronym building up hype and mystery and intrigue by teasing you with what you can expect, all without the first protagonist saying a single word. I know if I was aware of RWBY back then, I would have been hyped beyond belief and foaming at the mouth, and I'm not kidding. We've seen the first of the trailers, and so we've met 1/4 of our quartet. We've met our Little Red Riding Hood, so let's go check out the rest. It is, after all, rude and bad form to keep a lady waiting.
Of